In a small village called Bethlehem, there lived a boy named David. The youngest of 8 brothers, David spent his days tending sheep while his older brothers trained as warriors in King Saul's army.
David, why don't you put down that sling and pick up a real weapon? You'll never be a soldier with sheep for an army.
My sling has saved the flock from lions and bears. That's more than you can say about your sword, Eliab.
Enough, boys. There's work to be done. Eliab, your sword can wait. David, keep the sheep safe. Your time will come.
God has a plan for me, I just know it.
Far from David's peaceful home, a giant named Goliath terrorized the Israelite army. For 40 days he taunted them, daring anyone to face him.
Choose your champion. If he defeats me, we will serve you. But if I win, you will serve us. Is there no one brave enough to fight me?
The Israelites were terrified. Even King Saul, their strongest warrior, didn't dare to face the giant.
He's too big, too strong. Who could possibly defeat him?
Back in Bethlehem, David's father Jesse called him over with an important task.
David, take this basket of bread and cheese to your brothers. See how they're doing and bring back word from the battlefield.
I'll go right away, Father.
When David arrived at the battlefield, the sight of frightened soldiers shocked him. He quickly found his brothers near the campfire.
Eliab, Abinadab, what's going on? Why is everyone so afraid?
What are you doing here, David? Go back to your sheep. This is no place for a boy.
Is this the mighty army of Israel? Send me a man to fight, or are you all cowards?
Who is this Philistine to insult the armies of the living God? Why hasn't anyone fought him yet?
You don't understand, David. He's a giant. No one can defeat him.
David was determined. He went straight to King Saul's tent and made a bold declaration.
I'll fight Goliath.
You're just a boy. How can you fight a warrior like him?
When I was tending my father's sheep, God delivered me from lions and bears. He will deliver me from this giant too.
Saul reluctantly agreed and gave David his armor, but it didn't fit.
I can't fight like this. I'll use what I know.
David picked up his sling and chose 5 smooth stones from a nearby stream. He was ready to face the giant. David stepped onto the battlefield, a shepherd boy armed with only a sling and faith in God. Goliath laughed at the sight.
Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? I'll crush you and feed you to the birds.
You come at me with sword and spear, but I come in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today he will deliver you into my hands.
With a prayer in his heart, David loaded a stone into his sling and let it fly. The stone struck Goliath's forehead, and the mighty giant fell to the ground.
David did it! The giant is defeated!
David returned to camp a hero. His brothers, once doubtful, now looked at him with pride.
You really did it, David. I'm sorry I doubted you.
It wasn't me, it was God.
That night, under the stars, David gave thanks to the Lord for his faithfulness.
Thank you, Lord, for showing your power and protecting your people.
David's story reminds us that with faith, even the smallest person can overcome the biggest challenges. Trust in God, and He will give you the strength to face anything.